Right, on today's podcast, it's Thursday, so it's Email Corner, and we have a listener who holes out for the first ever time. It'll warm the cockles of your heart.
It's beautiful. Also, we have incredibly wise words from a man called Gary. All that and more.
Now, every episode of this lovely golf podcast, Golf is Ruining My Life, has a different flavour, has a different spice, has a different feel. I mean...
Interesting.
We wouldn't have become Great Britain's second biggest golf podcast if we didn't add different seasoning each time. Bit of nutmeg, bit of five spice.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well,
where is this going? God, I love doing this show with you because I never know where these sentences are gonna end up.
Let me tell you.
It's just a thrill. Go on.
And tonight's bit of spice is your late night gurmling. We are late night gurmling.
Oh, I see.
What does that mean?
Yes.
Well, normally we record this in the daytime where I just think it has a different energy. I've got a different energy when we come to this time in the evening.
The word that's springing to my mind is tired, fatigued.
No. I feel loose. I feel naughty.
Well, yeah. It's all right for you because the rhythm of your day, Tom, is you've gone out and played your radio golf. You've got your 18 holes in and done home by one, right? Home and hosed. I've only just come off the course, the chat in between songs course that is commercial radio. Oh, yeah. And I've literally dashed back and I've got bits of dinner in my teeth.
Oh, yeah.
And I've sprinted upstairs. And my wife was mid-sentence telling me about something called her day.
Don't care.
Who cares about those? And I'm now here for you, Tom, and you collectively, the Par Pals.
So what I want to sort of caveat today's episode with is you've got all that going on. You've got the flavour of late night broadcasting. Wild, crazy, edgy. Who knows what will happen? And we've got a strict out when Tom Price has got to go and watch Traitors. We have to get it done. Yeah. We have to get it done because Traitors is coming. So,
is that a bit like the equivalent of kids or sort of wanting to get home for Neighbours back in the day? Is there a similar vibe here? Like, I just got to get back for Neighbours. Is that what we're doing here?
Pre-me being born, I think that's what
Neighbours isn't pre-you.
Yes.
Neighbours is not pre-you.
Yes,
what?
I was more Scrubs. Get home to watch Scrubs on E4 or T4 or whatever it was. Anyway, there's enough of that. Tom, I've got some bad news.
Oh, are we going to knock it on the head? Do you know what? We've had a good run, and I have enjoyed it, but I have found it wanting in the last few. The last few episodes haven't been quite the same. So
time to call it a day. Thanks for coming.
Don't do that joke. It's a dangerous joke. It's a dangerous joke.
Terrifying for the ins and outs of ping.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
No, I've done something which is going to affect this podcast, and I'll be frank and upfront at this stage. It's not a positive.
Oh, you've had a great big drink. Or you've had some sort of diuretic and you've got a very full bladder, so you're going to have to nip off for a wee halfway through.
Nope, I've agreed to do a marathon at the start of next year.
Oh, my giddy arms.
Oh, dear. We're back again. We're back to that.
Oh, no. You're not... you're telling me Thin Tom is coming back?
Well, hold on. That implies he's left. That hurts.
Careful. But marathon is the anti-golf.
He's back. Marathon Tom is back. Marathons are ruining my life. Are back.
Oh.
Now let me just. Do you know what I think I want to? I want to blame for this. Is I'm really struggling to get over. No, Price. I love chatting to you about golf.
Okay.
I'm struggling to get over the hump of Preston Golf Club and the 97 or the 96. I'm going to say it. I was walking my dog through the park today, and there was leaves on the ground, and it was wet, and it was cold, and I thought the last thing I want to be doing is taking a 7-iron through this right now, and I don't know what the remedy is.
Yeah, no, I know. Oh, well, I can tell you what the remedy is to blooming well ruddy well get back out there and just or get ourselves out to Portugal.
Oh,
that's the other serious remedy we should look into. Well, look, I agree, but look, we'll talk about that. That's our golf crisis. Excuse me, 1 second. That's our golf crisis. That was nice to have for another day. But what I want to do is two things, Tom. I want to get into the emails, but also I want to preemptively tell my children off. Now, you're editing this episode, so you have a choice here. You can keep this bit in. You can keep this bit in. Well, because they're playing Fortnite downstairs, and I've told them to be quiet because I'm doing Britain's second biggest golf podcast. But they're making so much noise, I've got to tell them off.
It's going to be kept in.
It's kept in? Fine. No, that's good to know, because then I won't say some of the other things I might have said if I'd known you were taking it out. Okay, 1 second.
Drop me.
My loves. Sorry, go on.
No, you do you.
Boys! You need to be much quieter.
Oh, dear.
I'm making Britain's second biggest golf podcast.
Yeah, bit of humour.
Your future.
Bit of humour. The thing is, right, I often wondered why this summer we didn't manage to get to number 1.
It's what I've just done, isn't it?
That sort of gear, I think. I just don't think you're going to get that at the Sky Sports Golf Podcast. I don't think the Chipping Forecast is doing that. And, well, there we go. That's why.
Oh, I just like the idea of Rick Shields saying, "Hello, everyone. I've just had dinner. I've got my food in my teeth. I'll come along." It's not going to happen.
Rick Shields has a separate studio with people
Which
running
I think
around,
is a shame.
getting things out of his teeth for him.
Yeah.
The only person that's going to get anything out of your teeth is me, and I frankly won't do it again.
Don't do that.
Should we email?
Please.
Should we just
Please
email?
God. In many ways, this has been my favourite part of the show for weeks.
I told you there'd be a different flavour tonight. It's the tiredness.
Yeah.
It's the hard traitors deadline. Nick emails children and golf. Hi, Tom and Tom. I'm a long-time listener, and I've recently been listening to the entire backlog while I take some enforced time away from regular play. How interesting, based on what I've just said. Yeah. The enforcement has come from the wonderful arrival of my firstborn son.
Oh, lovely.
And although it has made me a very happy parent, it has also made me a worse golfer, whose handicap has stayed still annoyingly. That is annoying. The Brazilians have a word. Saudadias. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
I gave it a go, which doesn't...
Have we said something appalling on the podcast there?
Yeah, I've been cancelled. I'm cancelled.
I do apologise. Any Portuguese or Brazilian listeners? Sorry.
Saudadias, which doesn't directly translate to English, but roughly means a longing for something that is no longer there. And I couldn't think of a better way to describe my feelings for golf as we enjoyed the lovely summer weather. It's a 2nd of September email. I've got to be frank about that. However, the reason I'm writing is not to share a sob story. I'm often uplifted and excited when I hear the taller Tom, Frank, definitely not me,
is that me? I think that's probably me, isn't it? Yep.
Talk about his kids coming up to Mill Hill with him. And as someone who didn't play golf as a child, I'm incredibly excited about my own son being able to start the game at some point. What are your memories of playing as a child? And what is it like having kids who enjoy and want to play the game? Also, why do young kids have swings like Nelly Corda and every 20-year-old tees it up looks like the toilet golfer toy you got at Christmas? Cheers, Nick. Great email, Nick. Thank you.
Superb observation, Nick. That's got everything we need in the email right there. I guess I have to lead on this, Tom, seeing as data publication, your only child is a small dog.
Yeah, turtle the dachshund.
It's the most magical thing that somehow I've achieved to have my boys play golf with me. My youngest doesn't like it very much at the moment. So I've got my 2 sons, and my 9-year-old is not that into it. But you have to be patient with them and just, you know what, it'll come back next summer. And you just have to bully them and offer them incentives, sometimes financial. I'll be honest. Sometimes I've said in the past, I'll give you £10 if you come and play golf at this thing. And they do it and then they really like it. My eldest, Wilf, is really, really into it. He loves it. And we're on Friday, he's got an inset day and we're off down to Littlestone, which is, I'm very lucky enough to be able to play down there. It's a gorgeous course down in New Romney. Cannot recommend it enough. A great course to go to when the weather gets bad as well, because it's got great drainage and of course it's basically in a desert. So it's just, I'm so lucky. And I would say to anyone out there who's got young babies, yes, your golf is going to be hindered hideously. And mine was. And I paid the at least 6 or 7 years tax. But it's really worth it because now I play with my kids and somehow I get to say it's childcare. But that's not true. I'm just playing golf.
Now, I want to address the memories of childhood golf, Tom, because I feel like I've reminisced a lot about that on the show, about my time at Preston Golf Club. And
I feel like there's a memoir. I feel like your days at Preston have a memoir around them.
I would love to write that. Prawn sandwiches while everyone else was getting sausage sandwiches. It really does define me as a human being. I will still consistently get the prawn sandwich, even though no one else will. I loved my time as a junior golfer. I thought it was really good. I wish I'd been pushed a little bit more is the only thing, because I have the sort of opposite of pushy parents. My parents were just sort of do your own thing and whatever.
Neglectful.
I think the word is neglect. I feel neglected and I'm going to cry. Whereas I feel like if I had someone being like, no, try harder, go do something a bit, work at it, go on, give it a go, try harder, I think I would have been better. So I don't know what I'm saying with that other than I really loved being a junior golfer and it was those memories are really special. But I do wish I had been like forced to go. Maybe it's just because now when I have those months of playing at my place and you see all the junior golfers out there in the 6 weeks of summer and I go, God, why wasn't I there every day? what was I doing?
Yeah.
Well, I was listening to the Chris Moyles Breakfast Show. Is what I was doing.
Exactly.
That.
You were honing a skill which somehow you've turned into an income. So there's always other things. But yeah, no, I remember really clearly I got into golf obsessively when I was 13. I played obsessively until I was about 16, 17. I remember because I played a lot of school golf, right? So I went to you won't believe this. I went to a private school. I know it's weird, isn't it? When you look at me and hear me,
is aligned. It all makes sense. It all adds up.
Yes, if you've never seen me before, if you're not watching this, imagine a sort of slightly crinkled, much poorer version of Prince William. That's basically what you've got.
Islington elite.
There you go. And we had inter-school golf things, and I was captain of golf. And I remember going to university where I started to meet normal people like you, Tom. And
I'm a normal person. Hello.
Fully telling people, thinking they would be impressed, fully telling people that I was captain of golf. I was bragging. I bragged to people that I was captain of golf. And to watch their reactions, like, what the hecker? The hecker are you talking
this
about?
Ginger loser giving it the big one about this golf captaincy no one gives an S about.
Unbelievable. So, it did. There was definitely a sort of awkwardness there. But it just... The formative time was between 13 and 16, and that's because you had independence. You could be dropped off at the golf course. You must have had this as well. You could be dropped off at the golf course and be naughty, but also play the sport and just be up there. So that was just the greatest gift you could have asked for.
Jonathan's email, shall we?
Yeah, I love that email from Nick. Thank you so much, mate.
Lovely
Jonathan's
email.
Been on. Hi, Tom and Tom. I think this question would be of high interest to you both. And please feel free to shorten where you feel it's needed. Oh, I'm just reading now.
Try and do it ad hoc.
I'm a self-employed high-end gardener. All my customers are of high wealth.
Why does this email feel like it's written by ChatGPT? I think the question would be of high interest to you. I'm a high-end gardener. It feels ChatGPT-y.
Yes, just click here. Interesting. Oh, look, he was captain of golf. I've been working for this customers in particular for 3 years now. And since working for them, they visit the Open every year and they've been to the last Ryder Cup. Every time the person goes, they get me gifts. This year, I got a box of Pro V1s with Royal Portrush Open logo and an umbrella, then offered hospitality tickets to the AIG at Porth Call. And I turned those down because I couldn't go.
Why have you not shared this person's phone number in the email?
Yes.
I would like to call this person and befriend them.
I can mow a lawn or two. Do you know what I mean? To be clear, I absolutely can't.
Yeah, no, my garden's a state.
Unbelievable. Here's where it gets interesting. Turns out, when they visit the events, they're in the corporate hospitality. I asked for the first time ever what they do. It turns out the person not only works, but is very high up for a major sponsor of the PGA, the LPGA, all the majors, and the Ryder Cup.
Right. Okay. Well, let's forget about your corporate hospitality. Have they heard of Great Britain's second biggest golf podcast?
Second biggest golf, yeah. Golf's
Do you know what I mean? Jonathan, hello.
Can you tell them, Jonathan, their logo here, there, anywhere they want the logo.
Anywhere, for the right price.
Here's my question. What should I ask? And you can tell this has come from the 4th of September. What should I ask my client to get me from Bethpage? What would you... I'm going to give them money to get me extra items. I don't think you should. No. What would you ask for the future, realistically? And for fun, if you had no filter, what would you ask? I think asking for a sponsor invite to any event is off the cards for an 11 handicap. I'm playing Augusta. Yeah. But I must say, actually, that is a great question. If someone you know is going to a major golf event, and I had friends who've been like, my business for some reason got me tickets to the Open, and I'm like, what? What do you get them to pick up for you? That's a great question.
Because I always feel a bit weird about wearing stuff from golf courses or golf events I wasn't at. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've seen your Augusta hat.
Yeah, I do have an Augusta hat. Yeah, I do enjoy wearing that. I don't know where that's gone actually. Well, since the Ping deal, I suppose. I do feel weird wearing golf stuff at events that I've not been at, especially because what it will always lead to. It will always lead to the question of, you've got the. How was it? Tell me about it.
Wow, was it good? How did it go? Yeah.
Then you've got the weird thing of being like, I didn't actually go.
Or you could lie, because the lie there is to go, it was great, and then they go, and that's the end of the conversation.
Yeah, but why? I don't know why.
It's a bit weird.
It is a bit weird, isn't it? But that's why I was kicking myself after we were lucky enough to play the Renaissance course this year.
Yes.
I was really annoyed that I didn't get a polo with it on, because I was like, this is really cool. And then,
because you've played it. So what did you do, Tom? What did you do? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Tom is probably going to win the marathon that he's doing next year. Take us through the obsessive nature of Tom Green. What did you do when it got so into your head that you hadn't picked up a polo shirt while you were at the Renaissance?
I attacked it twofold. I went through Lee from the PJ Tour, who's a lovely listener to this show. Hi, Lee.
Hello, Lee.
And said, can you get me a polo? He said, I can only get one from the Scottish Open, which I said, get me. Although in my mind, it wasn't enough. I wanted one from the Renaissance course. So about 2 weeks after the event, I just called up the pro shop.
Phoned them up. You phoned the pro shop.
Phoned them
the
up.
Renaissance. Yeah.
Which, I got to tell you, right, okay, was really easy to do, and they were very obliging. They were just like, sure. I mean, I did say I'd played it, but they were like, yeah, sure, don't worry. We'll send you one off. Which makes me think, why are we not doing this at your friend of mine, Augusta National? Because clearly we can just phone up pro shops and ask for stuff, and they will send it.
This reminds me of the time that my cousin, who lives down in the West Country, was trying to get into Glastonbury, and he had his band, but it wasn't working for some reason. He couldn't find his mate who had the ticket. So he looked up on Google, Glastonbury, right? And he found a number. He dialed it. It was a landline. It was the farmhouse at Glastonbury, and Emily Evis answered the phone.
I just simply do not believe that story. Are
Is
you
it true?
joking me?
My cousin David spoke to Emily Evis the day before Glastonbury, 2008. That was. And went, well, anyway, you obviously can't help but have a nice Glastonbury. And that makes me think, with a little bit of chutzpah, we could probably, the right phone number, phone Augusta and go, oh, hello there, it's Jiminy McJimison Cricket. I played Augusta recently with Sir Lancelot, and I'd love you to send me a top. And it might work.
Right, we're going to do that by the time we talk next on the next episode. But have you seen the time? It's time for adverts.
Breaks.
Right, welcome back to Great Britain's second biggest golf podcast, the late night edition, as we try and squeeze in lots of broadcasting before Traitors is on. But don't let that affect the enjoyment of the show. I'm having a lovely time. Another
email. Are you not watching Traitors?
Oh no, I am, but Em's out, and I'll save it for when she's back. So I'm.
Fine.
How different? This is how I know that I'm becoming a boring middle-aged man at 31.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Hertfordshire. M's out, so I've had a frozen fish pie. I'm going to talk about golf with you, and then I'm going to go and watch the end of Band of Brothers, which is about
Band of Brothers is so good.
It's really good. It's really
good.
And
you know what? You'll never be a real man like them, but still watch it.
Oh my God, I would be rubbish.
It's masculine tourism watching a show like that. It's the fantasy of being able to be a hero like that. Never going to happen.
Yeah, you look at it, you could play golf in this, could we? It'd be awful. Caleb. Hi, Toms. We're entering autumn golf.
You've missed out one in between. There's one, don't say the name, but there's one that says dreams come true, Anon. Can you see that?
No, I can't. It's not on my side. You take it.
Oh, message once or twice about the banditry, rich vein of form. I recently had something happen to me, which I'm struggling to process if it's real. I went to a family barbecue and I saw my auntie, who I haven't seen in about a year. Okay. Striking up conversation, she turned to me and asked if I'm still loving my golf. A look of disgust of the topic of conversation from my wife, of course, and a slight roll of the eyes explained it all, and she could therefore tell I am and have a severe addiction to the sport. Of course, it is an addiction. She explained to me that her son, my cousin, who moved to the US in California over 10 years ago, is a massive addict and travels around to all the top courses to play and collect memorabilia. This is where I feel like I was in a dream. She proceeded to tell me she booked a tee time at a course for him over 12 months ago, but is struggling for time off work and getting a flight, and it's soon to expire if not used. And the course is not prepared to move the tee time, but is happy for the name on the tee sheet to change. Therefore, she offered me the tee time completely free, just so it doesn't go to waste. Now,
Tom, can I interject here quickly?
Yes.
This is a UK-based listener.
Yes.
Being offered an American tee time.
Shall we find out where the tee time is? Are you ready?
Yeah. Go.
We don't know where the tee time is at this stage. This is a beautifully structured story by Anonymous.
Thank you, Anon.
It was only when she said Royal Port Rush.
Right.
My ears pricked up and I was waiting for Ant and Dec to come out and tell me it was all a big joke.
Yeah.
So, and this email came at the beginning of September from Anonymous. In less than 2 weeks, I'll be teeing it up in the same spot All the Legends did only a couple of months earlier. Any tips on playing such iconic and great courses would be appreciated. Oh. We should get onto that and talk about that. Yeah, obviously, it's too late now.
Yeah, but lots of advice.
Love the bod. Can't believe you got Jip for a McDonald's ad. You don't even like McDonald's. Who doesn't love McDonald's? I mean, I do.
Throwbacks to that.
Genuinely love it.
How do people keep that? The work we did with McDonald's really does live on in this podcast.
Yes, it does. Yeah, almost like the indigestion that I got after eating 3 of those burgers.
Don't say that. Remember the contract.
Great burgers, lovely burgers. So, it's a good question. And to this emailer, we can't say their name. Please email us again and tell us how playing Royal Portrush went, because you will have done that by now, and I really want to know. First of all.
Also, I would like to ask you the same question you've asked me back at you to see if you can give me any advice.
God, this is meta.
Because,
I'm so confused.
Yeah, it's like questions inside questions, Inception. I don't know. I do not know how you go to a big golf thing that is built up in your head, and that doesn't even have to be a big special course. I don't know how you go and play one of these things and don't shoot bad.
Well, the one that springs to my mind is when we got to play the Renaissance last year.
Oh, here
right?
we go. Right.
Home of the Genesis Scottish Open. Now you had a bit of a crap day, didn't you? You had a bad time.
Yes.
And I think because we have got, interestingly, the two of us, there's an inherent I'm better than I think I am. Sorry, the other way around. I'm not as good as I think I am.
We got traitors. So traitors is coming.
I'm not as good as I think I am, and Tom is better than he thinks he is, right? So I think there is a sort of inferiority thing that kicked in with you at Renaissance a bit. Maybe. It might have just been new clubs, whatever. But I think that's one of the reasons you played well. You had a caddy. I think you felt the pressure a bit. Whereas I felt in a sort of like, yeah, I can do this. And I attacked the course a bit, and I had a really, really nice round. And I don't know. I think that we can both take from that when you are playing these incredible courses, you have to both attack the course and try and score well and feel like I can do it. It's not that hard. It looks beautiful and it is really hard, but I can do it. And also when it goes wrong, who cares? Don't keep a card. Do not keep a card.
Yeah, I think not keeping a card is key. See, I sort of disagree with that because for me, it's anything that is out of my comfort zone. For me, is when my golf falls apart. I like to know.
So what weren't you comfortable with then when we were there, when we were at Renaissance? Because you played well at the other places.
It's the same as it's the exact same thing as Preston Golf Club. It's because I built up the story in my head of what I wanted this to be. It's as soon as I want something and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this thing, and this is my home golf course. I've not played here for 15 years, and I'm playing really well. Oh my god, I'm gonna shoot my best score here. This is unbelievable. It's all that sort of pressure that builds up in my own head, which then forces me or leads to me playing badly. And for me, it wasn't being at Renaissance that was stressful. It was the fact that I had this one shot to do this thing, and I wanted to play really well, right? That's what got me, because it wasn't like where we played stuff at St Andrew's Old Links, the Links Trust, and we played a few courses there, and it felt like if it goes wrong, we get back on. It's fine. Went and played Crail. If it goes wrong, you'll get back on. Fine. But with Renaissance, it was like, this is your one shot to play this thing. And as soon as I have that in my head, it all goes wrong. And it felt like that at Preston Golf Club, just because I don't go up north as much as I used to because of the driving, and it's a lot and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I really want to play at my tender age with Band of Brothers and fish pies on, or chicken pies, whatever it was. And because of that, it just felt like a lot of pressure, and I just I crumbled. So, to anonymous listener, if you did manage to go and play and enjoy it, I would be really interested to know how that went. But I think as a minimum, don't card. I think's the minimum.
Well, do put a card in, but do have a card, but don't think of it as do not do it a handicap. For God's sake, do not do it like handicap. That would be insane. I don't think you would. But do keep a card, but lean on a bit of Stableford, but also just be really mindful about what shots you're playing. And yeah, it's really hard. Try not to be overawed by it. You can still stripe a drive there. You can stripe a drive at your home course. It's visualizing it. It's feeling confident. It's very hard.
Caleb's emailed. We are getting through. It's 6th of September here, guys. So we're at least we're in the almost
nearly in 2025.
It's unbelievable. Hi, Toms. We're entering autumn golf. We are indeed. Which reminded me of a round about a year ago when I was the tender age. I inserted that of 14 years old. And
a young listener.
So 15 now and a 48 handicap.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I was playing. Oh, this warms the cockles of my heart. I was playing with my granddad. I love that. At our home course. And the rough was probably 2 feet deep. which made everyone's scores shoot up, as you can imagine. I'll paint the picture. We're on the 10th. I hit a really bad drive into the rough. Walking up to ball, I thought it can't be that hard to get it out. Just a chip onto the fairway, simple, right? No. I proceeded to take 5 to get it out and onto the fairway.
Ugh.
I now had a 9-iron left to the hole and proceeded to hit the best shot of my life straight and at the pin. We couldn't see the hole, but we thought it would be about 5 feet away. Got up to the green, no ball in sight. My initial thought was it had gone over the green and we couldn't find it. Jokingly, I said, and here we go, I'll check in the hole. Thinking I'll never see that ball again.
No one means it.
Tom Price, it was in the hole. I couldn't believe it. It was my first proper hole out. I then realised it was for a 7, but that didn't bother me. I then proceeded to play the rest of the 18 holes absolutely rubbish. 1 year later, hold on. This email's great, but this is the rub here. So Caleb, this story was when he was 14 and he was a 48 handicap.
Yeah.
1 year later, I'm a 17 handicap.
What?
I hope this encourages kids wanting to take up golf that think they're too old to start. You're not.
Oh, yes. No, absolutely. Oh, my God. Caleb, taking up golf.
From the biggest fan. Caleb, we're your biggest fan.
That's very sweet, Caleb. Do you know what, Tom? If we had one, have we got... I'm not even allowed to say it. No, do you know what? I'm not going to say it. There's a merch thing happening.
Oh.
I'm going to say, Caleb, I would have liked to have sent Caleb the merch thing, but we won't yet. Maybe
we can
when we announce it.
Well, we can. Well, Caleb, if you still listen to the podcast, you say you're our biggest fan, so I imagine you are. When we announce the thing, which will be soon, you can have one of the things. Okay?
There you go. Okay.
Easy.
The other thing, this speaks to the email from Nick earlier on about the kids and golf thing. If you can get your kids playing, or like Caleb has obviously got excellent already, but if you can get your kids just playing a bit when they're kids, and then they park it at 15 or 16 or 17 or whatever, at least they've then, like you did, Tom, I did to an extent, at least they've got the muscle memory in. Because this is the thing you hear again and again. People who take up golf when they're 30 or 40, they agonize over it. It takes them ages to work out what the hell they're doing. And anyone who's played as a kid, if you tell someone who started golf at 30 that you first played at 13, they roll their eyes and look at you with rage because you've done that thing. So get them swinging and playing just a bit, even if it's not their full-on favourite sport. A bit of it means you're sowing these incredible seeds for later on in life.
I think we've got time just to squeeze one more in. Should we just have you seen Gary? Lovely Gary.
Yeah, come on, Gary. We love Gary. Gary from the Signed Sticks, who we met at our event earlier on this year. We need to do another event soon. Tom, pop that on the list.
Yeah,
just listening to your latest episode about not enjoying golf. Oh, yeah, we had a sadder step, didn't we? We had a sadder step. This is right at the beginning of September. I played a medal on Saturday. I shot my highest score for a few years, 90. I went up from a 4.4 to 4.7. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, Gary. Unbelievable. And you can see why that was a high score for me. Yeah, 90 is higher for 4.4. Although I knew from quite early on that it was going to be a struggle, I just accepted it and actually enjoyed the challenge of having to play some shots from unusual, for me, positions. Don't forget my words from last year.
Yes.
Play golf. Don't let golf play you.
Yes.
Keep your chin up, TP. Footnote, I can't find the Discord link. We've had a bit of that recently.
There's a bit of that.
There's a fresh Discord link. We'll put a fresh Discord link in the episode description. And I would say as well, thank you, Gary. It's lovely to hear from you. I would say as well that one of the things that happens when it all falls apart, when you have a bad round like that and you're heading towards a 90, is part of you thinks, I'm never going to play good golf again. You cannot understand how you can ever play good golf again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally. 100%.
And that crisis and that panic, Gary hasn't got that there. And that's why Gary is off 4.4. Gary's having a terrible round for Gary. But he's enjoying it and trying to play the shots where he can, knowing that the class will out, basically. And I think all of us, have got much better ability than we realise. And we all panic and think the whole edifice has crumbled. It hasn't. You're just having a bad day.
So keep your emails coming in. The Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk as we edge ever closer to November.
To November.
Yes, that really is. Time is ticking. What will Alan Carr get up to this evening? Only time will tell. We've got many a thing coming before Christmas, actually, with new merch things and new sponsor things, which means more things for you lot and things happening already. Looking at next year's season, and basically our main push at the moment in most meetings seems to be, and what prizes can we give away? So there's lots to come as we get into next year. So keep your emails coming in. The Toms at golfisruiningmylife.co.uk, and I guess that's all for now. Because,
yes.
We really must go and watch Traitors.
Thanks for the emails. We're going to watch Traitors, and we'll see you faithfuls next time.
I like what you did. I love what you did. Bye-bye.